Well, hello, everybody, on this special Thursday night chat with Al. We're going to do some unboxing of Glory Days boxing and have a little chat for a brief period of time. Hope everyone's doing well on this. Let's fix the camera here. Thursday evening. As in the mail today, I got Glory Days boxing. And I have to say, it is a beautiful, beautiful game. That new box and card smell is awesome sauce. It's always fun to get a game in the mail. Let me say hello to Ken Castro in the chat, Sports Time Machine, the original Grognard. Hope all is well. How you doing, OG? Hope all is well with your parents in the move. And Amish Elvis 1. See, rider. That's the way Elvis used to come in when he did his concerts in the late 60s, early 70s. But we're here to talk Glory Days boxing and the unboxing. I'm very happy. The game's great. The gameplay is great. I featured it on my channel with the beta and with the PDF set. Awesome stuff. Highly enjoy it. I highly recommend it if you're a boxing fan. Rob Explanation Point's been playing the heck out of it since he just got it today. So if you like boxing, definitely check it out. Price point is excellent, $24, and then you have to add the shipping and handling. And the PDF's $8. And I'm going to put the links to Glory Days Boxing, which you get on Sideline Sports, in the chat. So here's the link to Sideline Sports and Glory Days Boxing if you'd like to take a look and possibly purchase it. And here's the link to our good friend Bleacher Bums Gaming, Anthony, who created the game. Here's a link to his YouTube channel. So let's put that in the chat. And paste. The original Grognard says, the move is mostly done, just getting the house ready to go on the market. Yeah, that's always a tough part. So, all righty. How's everyone doing today? How is the OG? How is Amish Elvis? How is Lazy Warlock, who just deleted his message? Does Lazy Warlock want to get boombazzled? Let's check out Lazy Warlock's channel. Let's check out Lazy Warlock. Hello, Max Cornelius. Oh, he says, where's your hat? No hat today. No hat today. You don't get boombazzled for that. No hat today. No hat. Max Cornelius, how you doing, my friend? Oh, Lazy Warlock doesn't have any content. Got to keep an eye on him. All right. So, hope everyone's doing well, including Lazy Warlock, Max Cornelius, Amish Elvis, the original Grognard, Sports Time Machine, and Ken Castro, sports writer extraordinaire. Quick question to Sports Time Machine. I come on to watch your stream, and there was no stream, dude. And then I went into Discord, since you're having some issues, so will you be streaming later? I was looking forward to that baseball game, so then I decided to do my unboxing instead. Max Cornelius says he's doing well. How am I? I'm okay. I'm here. So, in the mail today, without any further ado, we got Glory Days boxing. Make sure you can see that. It came in the mail. And what you get with Glory Days boxing, 100 heavyweights and the game. So let me just open this up, and hopefully I'll do it off camera, so if I fumble around with it. So the first thing you get I noticed were these awesome cards. Okay? These are the boxers cards. And they're freaking phenomenal. The quality of these cards. See, now I know ID Gestures in the chat. How you doing, my friend? I do a lot of PDFs, so I'm just downloading on a regular paper. I forgot the wonderfulness of real cards. And they're fabulous. They're sturdy, they're bright, they're beautiful. They're thick stock. Yes, that sounds dirty, but Amish Elvis is right. Thick stock. It does sound dirty. You've got a thick stock there. The cards are excellent quality. They're beautiful. So you get 100 cards. And if you don't know how to rate the card, if you don't know about boxing, I would hope if you're a sports fan, you do know about Joe Louis, one of my all-time favorite fighters, Joe Louis. You would go off their control factors, control stars, I guess we'll call them. And Joe Louis has, I believe it's 10, 2, 4, 6, 7. He has 10. So that is a really good fighter. Can you see these? I don't know if they focus in. Anyway, so if you're not sure, just count the control stars. The more the stars, the better. And listen, can you hear that? Can you hear that? That's awesome. That is love. It is love. So you get these wonderful cards, okay? These wonderful 100 cards. I'm not doing justice. I'm trying to get them in the picture. There, cover my ugly mug. 100 cards. So that's really cool. We'll go through some of the fighters cards if you want. So you get that. I like holding them. I'm gonna sleep with them tonight. Phantomatic, how you doing, my friend? Check out that great channel. It's a really wonderful set. And what got me so excited, wait till his baseball game comes out. The cards are going to be just like this. If you've not seen Glory Days Baseball, and that's in the future on it, check it out. He's got videos on that too. So, Glory Days Boxing. So you get 100 boxer cards, heavyweights in the first set. He's got the lightweights going to be coming out sometime, in the future. He's got them pretty much done. And then the middleweights, and then a supplemental heavyweight set. So thank you, Anthony. So let's just rubber band that first. I can't. I just love holding them and touching them. I'm going to name them George. I'm going to hug them and squeeze them. So great stuff. All right. So we have that. Now, dice. And look how colorful they are. I would have bought this just for the freaking dice. So you get two blue. I'm sorry. You get two 6-sided dice, a blue and a red for the blue corner and the red corner. Okay. And we'll put those down. Listen to the sound. Listen to the sound. Listen again. Listen. One more time. It's a thing of beauty. Okay. That's to roll for control, right? And then you get the black and the white die for result. As thrice a Roni, a card collecting treat. How you doing, my friend? Check out that great channel. If you're not a member of Discord yet in our community, we'd like you to join. Discord's important to keep in communication with one another. Anyhow, so then you have the black and the white die. You read the black die first. This is for result, okay? As GGO is very jealous. And we also, just an FYI, we're coming up with a show with GGO. And GGO, the white die, our little white die friend who has a little problem. But it's going to be Ask GGO. And it should be fun. But it'll be like a half-hour show with Ask GGO. We'll see how that goes. Rob, exclamation point. As I was telling him, you got the game today you've been playing, to check out his channel. He says it's awesome. I got to check out. He did a couple of bouts with Marciano and Ali. I'm going to have to check those out. So, Sports Time Machines. Oh, my God. New dice to add to Al's dysfunctional family. Oh, geez. He's right. So now we have these. And again, listen. Well, that didn't look right? That goes with the thick card stock. All right, listen. Awesome. So that's for result. Little levity. You got to laugh. If you don't laugh, it's not good. If you have trouble laughing, you better learn how. Then we have the magical 20-side die, and that will give you your knockdowns, your cut results, so on, your power checks. And listen to this. That's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Nothing gets better than that. Okay. So you got these lovely dice, and then you have a blue chip, a red chip, and a green chip for the time. Now, I think I'm going to stick with my little, I'll try these. They're a little, and Anthony did mention this, they're a little big, and sometimes they slap. And you know me, I'm fumble fingers. You've seen me when I've knocked over the dice. So I did see, Rob did use them though, and he did well with them. So Rob, explanation point. So again, chips. Children, don't put these in your mouth. Do not put these in your mouth. Don't put any of this stuff in your mouth. All right, good. So we have that. RF, how you doing, my friend? As he says, hey, everyone, it is a Glory's Day boxing kind of day, as I butchered that. Yes, it is. So we're just doing a little unboxing. And once again, these were the cards, if you just joined us. Well, I don't know why this doesn't go into focus. I'm going to look at this other. Hold on a second, folks. I think you can see that now. Is it upside down? Do I have it upside down? No. Anyway, these are the 100 cards. We'll look at a couple of those. I don't know how well you can see them. And again, when I do the thing, I do the PDF, so I put it up. But I have to be honest with you. I do want to kind of show you the whole layout a couple of times when I play it, because it's beautiful. So now we're going to go to the game board. And what's the beauty of this game is all the results, as I'm going to struggle getting this, as I just hit. Do you see that? I got attacked. I got sexually harassed by the box. You know, I knew this was, come on. There we go. There we go. Okay. I got stuck in the bottom. So you have the game board. Let's put that like that. So this is the game board. And everything is done off the boxer's cards. And the one chart, basically, they're on the game boards. All your information's right here. This is where you keep the score for the fighters, each fighter. And the time, the 9 segments. You would, after each segment, 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. We all know our numbers. We don't have to go through that, right? Okay. Lazy Warlock, you are right. Do not put, that's a great line. Do not put, I'm not going to read it because I don't want to get whammied by YouTube, but that's a funny line. Everyone read that. That's a funny line. That's a good line by Lazy Warlock. He's contributing to the chat, just like everyone else is. So you don't want to put the thick card stock in your, you don't want to do that unless that's what you're into. Okay? Anyhow, so little levity, folks. Levity. It's good. Again, so anyway, all the results you have your special events chart over here, and you have your fouls, your cuts, so on and so forth. And then you also have if you want to use, you can use generic judge 1, 2, and 3, or you can pick a referee. You don't have to, but you can. Has some ratings for a referee up top. And then you have the judges. Again, I hope it looks a little blurry. I don't understand, but anyhow, so the judges are on the bottom if you want to use real judges with their traits. And again, this is amazing. Listen, listen. Very, very thick card stock. So, as Sports Time Machine says, HRL, tisk, tisk, tisk. It's true. And then it comes with, obviously, your score sheet. And, you make copies at work. Make copies at work. Just make some copies. And you can download these for free also, so you never have to worry. These are free. You can download them for free. And Anthony has a Facebook page for Glory Days Boxing. and I believe a Delphi forum page. And then you have the rules. The rules. This is the best part. See? Do you see that? Not very thick. Rules. Easy and to the point. Okay, not like one of OG. Poor OG. And some of his military strategy games, you have to be a physicist. Thank God we have OG to tell us about that stuff. The original Grognard, check out that wonderful military strategy channel. So again, you have the rules. It's going to explain. It's going to walk you through the cards. It's going to explain the game. And what I like on the last page, actually, you just flip it over to the back. It's the flow chart on how the game, the basics of the game. So if you ever, it just tells you, you roll the dice. You roll your 2 6-sided die for control. Who's in control? You roll your 2 10-sided die, reading black die first, then white die for result. And then for special things like knockdowns, so on, or power checks, knockdowns, cuts, and possibly being hurt, you roll your red 20-sided die. And you just rinse and repeat. So again, the rules for this lovely game, 7 pages. 7 pages. You read through these a couple of times, you're good. Now, I'm a big boxing fan, if you have not noticed. I love boxing. And remember, check out What's Blazing in Sports T-Dub for all your boxing needs. He also does live boxing calls if you can't get the bouts. You don't want to pay for them or you're unable to get them. Go to What's Blazing in Sports. He does wonderful live calls of it. I'm going to start doing a little more of that myself every once in a while for certain fights. But definitely, What's Blazing in Sports, a must subscribe if you're a boxing fan or a friend of the community, as we support one another here. So now let's look a little more at some boxing cards. Again, great. It's a fun game. I've played some bouts. It's excellent. I put them up on the channel. Bud W, how you doing, my friend? I played them. To me, again, I do what ifs. Okay. Anthony did, because it was a request, Foreman versus Frazier for a 3rd time. If you don't know, George Foreman knocked out Joe Frazier twice. And so they wanted to do a 3rd fight. A friend of the channel, friend of the community for Anthony, asked to do the fight. Anthony did it. The results were something basically of the 2 fights. Foreman stopped him, I think, in the 6th. I think it was the 6th. Excuse me, I had an itch. I've done some James J. Corbett fights. Lazy Warlock said I had Foreman knock out Holyfield in the 11th today. Very cool. Very cool. Now, Foreman and Holyfield really fought when second coming of George Foreman. So when he's doing it Foreman in his prime. So that's awesome. It was after Holyfield knocked him down twice. Now, Lazy Warlock, were you using Glory Days Boxing or a different boxing simulator? I'm just curious. I'm assuming it's Glory Days because I also do a lot of, and again, I'm going to be honest with you. I recommend Title Bout PC, $13. Can't go wrong. You play it on your computer. It's beautiful. $13. You get everything. So that's awesome. Arnold Hunter. I received my game today. Little disappointed. Oh, okay. Larry Holmes is in the 2nd tier of heavyweights. That's coming. Was not added in the set. He was a champion for 5 years. Yep, absolutely. Yep. That's in the 2nd tier, Arnold. It's in the 2nd tier of heavyweights. In the Lazy Warlock says he used Glory Days Boxing. Is that on Steam? No. Just I can put the link in for you later as we're talking. But you can, if you just type in Title Bout Boxing PC, Title Bout Championship Boxing, it goes to their site. It's $13. You can't go wrong. It's just a great. This is awesome card and dice, and the other thing's awesome PC. And I have the original Title Bout also, way back in the day. But this, I'm not a big, I've said it before on my channel, I'm not a big card flipper. I don't care for card flipping. It's not my thing. I don't like card flipping. And a lot has to do with the cards as a kid, they would break. They were flimsy. So, yeah, check it out. I've done a ton of streams with that. I'm doing my heavyweight tournament with Title Belt Championship Boxing. And again, Arnold, you are correct. Larry Holmes is not in the first 100 set. It's going to be in the supplemental set that will be brought out later this year. So if you're, I can understand if you're a Larry Holmes fan, a little disappointed, but it's coming. There's a lot of great boxers you can still enjoy with. As Lazy Warlock said, he did a bout with Foreman and Holyfield, and it was a great one. I think the results are really fun. Again, boxing, anything can happen. Anything can happen in boxing. But I did a couple of Corbett fights. He split decision over McVeigh, Sam McVeigh, and then he TKO'd George Foreman because Foreman got dead tired. And again, George Foreman, think about the Jimmy Young fight. Think about the Peralta fight. I can't think of Peralta's first name. Giorgio Peralta from Argentina. Excuse me. When he fought him in the Garden the first time. The Young fight. You know, you could see those results. Those guys were not big hitters, and they gave Foreman, they were good, excellent boxers, and they gave Foreman fits. So the results, I believe, are pretty good. As RF says, Rob exclamation point had a heck of a bout today. Yeah, he featured it on his channel. As everyone's, it's definitely, if you like boxing, and I've provided the link in the chat above, but we'll do it again. So for let's go to shop, and let's click on Glory Days Boxing. Again, if you want the box version, it's $24 plus shipping. So you have to add the shipping to it wherever, you know, and that depends where you live. But if you want the PDF, the downloadable version, $8. I have both because of my YouTube channel. I put the PDF cutouts up so people can see it. I think though, when I do these a couple of times, I'm not going to do that. I'll make the cards smaller because I really want to show the layout. The game's beautiful. It's a beautiful game. And once again, we'll just put Glory Days Boxing, which you can purchase on sidelinestrategy.com, in the chat one more time. And here it is. Yeah, I've never played the Legends of Boxing. I've seen that on I Am Sporticus. That looks like an interesting game also. But what I love about this game is all the results are basically right here. This is what I love. You know, I play a lot of baseball games, card and dice, and ID Gesture plays a lot of card and dice baseball. We all do. We have fun. I just find this game very, very, very fun. Excellent game. Excellent game. And here is, again, the link to Anthony's YouTube channel. Our good friend Anthony, Bleacher Bums Gaming. So let's just take a look at one of my all-time favorite fighters, Joe Lewis. And we'll just go over his card a little bit. And Joe Lewis is what you would call an elite fighter, an all-time great, Joe Lewis. He has 10 control stars, as I put it, control factor stars. Okay. And again, if you want to know how good a fighter is, if you're not sure, count up the stars. The more the stars, the better. So Joe Lewis on a 1 is 2 stars on the outside. On a 2, 3 stars. That's the best you can get on the inside. Very few fighters have a 3-star number. On a 3, he has nothing. On a 4, 1 star. On a 5, 1 star on the inside on a 4. On a 5, 2 stars on the outside. And on a 6, 2 stars on the inside. His hitting power is a 6 out of 20. 7 is the best you can get. And if he has you hurt, he's a 10 out of 20. Punches landed on the inside, he goes at a 58% clip, 0 through 58. The lower the numbers, the more punches land. On the outside, he goes 0 through 50. Same, the lower the numbers, the more punches land. As Bud W says, the Brown Bomber, absolutely awesome. Love the Brown Bomber. Again, I hope you're able to, I'm trying to make it so, I don't know when the light hits it, I don't know if you can see it. Is it better far? It looks like it's better when I push it farther back to my ugly mug. No. Joe Lewis, his will is a 3 out of 20, cut 5 out of 20. So for the will, say if it was a TKO check, it would have to be a 3, 2, or a 1, and he's TKO'd. Anything higher, the fight goes on. That's when he has full stamina. A cut is a 5, same thing. 5 and under, you check, he's cut. 6 and above, he's not. Foul, 3 and under, there's a foul. Above, there's no foul. His stamina for a 10-round bout is 85. For a 12 or 15-round bout is 100. And, you can have your homebrew rules too. If for a 15-round bout, you want to add 10 more to someone's card or something like that. But, so this is one of my favorite cards here. Joe Lewis. All right, so he's an elite fighter. Joe Lewis, Rocky Marciano, Muhammad Ali, Jack Dempsey, Jack Johnson, elite fighters. I think Gene Tunney actually might have 10 stars too, which I would have probably gave him 9. I can't remember if he has 10. All right, so now a current heavyweight. And again, a current heavyweight's it's more difficult to rate a current heavyweight because you don't get their full body of work. The retired fighters, you're giving them the full body of work, and it's kind of like in their prime. So, and I'm sure Anthony is going to come up with a chart or something where if you want to say, I want to fight the guy in his late stage of his career, how to adjust it. Because I asked him that question in regards to if I wanted to fight, say if I wanted to fight Marvin Hagler against Mike Rossman. Marvin Hagler, the great middleweight champion from Brockton, Massachusetts, against Mike Rossman, briefly held the light heavyweight title, but did beat a very, very good Victor Galindez. And for a few years, Rossman was a top-notch light heavyweight. What if I wanted to fight those two guys who never fought each other? How would I adjust with Hagler stepping up in weight? So. Tunney, 1 loss. Yep. He had 1 loss at light heavy to a middleweight. So Tunney was a great fighter. But, I mean, at heavyweight, most of his wins really came, I believe, at light heavyweight. Again, they jumped from light heavyweight to heavyweight because you made more money at heavyweight. Tunney's absolutely a great fighter. So this is Deontay Wilder. Again, I think I should go back farther. One of the current heavyweight champions. Big puncher. His punching power is a 6. Again, 7's the best you can beat, so that's pretty good. Stamina, 60 for a 10-round bout and an 80 for a 12. There's no more 15-round bouts, but if you wanted to fight a hypothetical 15-rounder. Now, I did a bout with the beta between Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. And let me tell you something. Joshua was ahead on the scorecards, and Deontay Wilder knocked him out late. That seems very realistic to me. Very realistic. If you've not seen a Deontay Wilder fight. So I think the ratings are excellent. On the inside, he only lands at a 35% clip, 0 through 35. On the outside, 0 through 48. And again, you have defensive. I forgot to bring up Joe Lewis's defense. So you also roll for defense to see if sometimes some fighters can block a punch. Some fighters defense adds a punch. Some, it depends what you roll. So if Lewis rolls a 1 through 4, it is a -1. He blocks a punch. If he rolls a 5, the opponent lands 2 more punches. So there's a lot of little cool things. I forgot to mention that. Really well done fight simulation. So we've looked at Deontay Wilder and his defense. Again, a 1 or a 2, he will block a punch. And a 3 through 5, the opponent lands one more blow on him. As Bud W says, Wilder fights this Saturday. Yes, he does, against Dominic. What the hell is that guy's name? The human punching bag who got destroyed by Anthony Joshua, whose corner should have been fired for letting the guy come out to take that beating in those final 2 rounds. Dominic Brazil, that's his name. Tough fighter, coming off a big win off a young kid. He was supposed to be the guy who loses, and well, that was a good fight. I watched that fight. He upset a younger fighter. Good back and forth fight. I knew he had him, though. Yeah, Brazil. Thank you, Bud W. Okay, so that's Joe Lewis and Deontay Wilder. Let's find Anthony Joshua, to which I thought I put behind the Deontay Wilder card, but obviously I didn't because I am flipping through my glorious 100 set of heavyweights. Let's find Anthony Joshua. And again, this coming week, Brazil is going to... The one thing Brazil might make the fight interesting, because Wilder sometimes doesn't throw enough punches, but Dominic Brazil, tough guy, he's there to be hit all day, all night. If you've watched the Anthony Joshua fight, I don't think he hit Anthony Joshua with 4 punches of meaning. And his corner should have stopped that fight. They let their fighter take a beating for no freaking reason. So, as Rob just continues to play Glory Days Boxing, he's loving it. And let me find Anthony Joshua. Where's Anthony Joshua? And again, I thought I got Buster Douglas. I thought I put Anthony Joshua right. Ingemar Johansson, Nikolai Valuev, James J. Braddock. So let's just flip through these quick. So Bud W guessed that Rocky beat Tyson. And again, the wonderful thing about this, it's simulation, and it brings up discussion. You should never take any of this stuff personal. If you like a certain fighter and they lose or they win, it brings up discussion. So you have to have your logical arguments if you want to discuss. Danny N. Gray's Cards and Toys. How you doing, my friend? Check out that wonderful card collecting channel and toy hunt channel with his young son. I love that. I love that stuff. Ken, Rob Explanation Points have had so many bouts today, he needs an intervention. That's how many bouts he's had today. All right, so Ingemar Johansson, Nikolai Valuev, James J. Braddock, Floyd Patterson. Oh, and Joe Lewis special trait is a Hail Mary trait. Add +1 to power if behind in the last 2 rounds of the fight. I forgot to mention that. John Ruiz from Massachusetts. Mike Weaver, Hercules, John Tate, who Mike Weaver knocked out in the 15th round when he was way behind to win the WBA championship. Leon Spinks, Neon Leon, won the gold medal at light heavyweight in the 76 Olympics. Max Schmeling, Kenny Norton, Max Baer, Ray Mercer, Jersey Joe Walcott, Greg Page, James J. Jeffries, Gene Tunney. We're talking about Gene Tunney. Let's look at Gene Tunney's card. How many stars? 3, 4, 6, 8, no, 10 stars. 10 stars. So he's an elite. And Gene Tunney, on a counter punch, if he lands a counter punch, you add an extra punch landed. His stamina, 90 and 100. So 90 for a 10-round bout and 100 for a 12 or a 15-round bout. His power is 3. Again, 7 being the best, 3. So he's a little below average. Great boxer. His chin, 2. Chin for the knockout, 1. Will, 3. Cut, 4. Foul, 3. All very good stuff. On the inside, he lands about 47%, meaning 0 through 47. And on the outside, 0 through 56. Defense, he's always taking a punch away. If he rolls a 1 through 5, he blocks 1 punch. If it's a 6 or a 7, that's how good of a defensive fighter is, he blocks 2 punches. His counter, 1 through 4, he lands 2 hooks. A counter, 5 through 7. So basically 1 through 7, he lands 2 punches on the counters. Plus so it's really 3 punches because of his counterpoint trait, which you add 1 to counter punching. So that's that. Joe Frazier is also 4, 6, 10 stars. So, and Frazier's special trait is a mauler trait. Subtract 5 from the opponent's stamina to start the fight because he's a mauler, constant pressure. He's going to wear down a fighter. So if he was fighting Gene Tunney, a 10-round bout, Gene Tunney, a 90 stamina. If he was fighting Joe Frazier, who has the mauler trait, you minus 5, it goes down to 85. That's the mauler trait. 6 power, again. On defense, Frazier, 1 through 3, blocks 1 punch, 4 and 5, you add a punch to him. All right, and I'm looking for Anthony Joshua. We got Harry Coetzee, briefly WBA heavyweight champion when he knocked out Michael Dokes. The Vladimir Klitschko, the Klitschko brothers are not some of my favorite fighters. They're very good at what they do. Boring as hell. James J. Corbett, I've had a lot of fun with him. And he is a defensive whiz. So his trait, defensive whiz, an additional punch blocked whenever he blocks a punch. So he blocks a punch 1 through 7. A 1 through 5, he blocks 1, but with the additional wizard trait, it's 2 punches blocked. And 6 and 7, he blocks 2. So again, with the trait, he blocks 3. That's James J. Corbett. Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, who Rob Explanation Point had a bout with Rocky Marciano. Mike Tyson is a 10. He has 10 stars. Now, personally, I think Mike Tyson is a little overrated in history. That's just me. He fought with a bully's mentality, which won him a lot of fights, and he hit really hard and had good hands, had great hand speed. But Holyfield stood up to him. Again, I agree with Anthony. He wasn't at his prime, but Holyfield stood up to him and he turtled twice. The second time he bit his ears, he wanted out of the fight so bad. Buster Douglas beat the shit out of him. There was no long count. I don't care what you say. The fighter goes off the referee's count, not the timekeeper's count. If the timekeeper's on 58,000 and the referee's on 5, who does the fighter look at? The referee. You don't give a shit about the timekeeper's count. So if the timekeeper's at 9 and the referee picks up the count at 6, that's the count. It's not the guy who's frantically, people are like, oh, it's a long count. No, jackasses, it's not a long count. You pick up the referee's count. You don't pick up the timekeeper's count. It's whatever the referee's count. If the referee picks up the timekeeper's count, if he's at 5 and the referee starts at 5, that's fine. If the timekeeper's at 8 and the referee picks it up at 7, that's the count. And if you watch that, Buster Douglas could have got up at any time. He pounds the mat because he's pissed that he got knocked down. Okay? And then he proceeds to kick the living bejesus out of him again in the next round and stops him. So, okay? So, and again, I don't dislike, I'm just saying there are people who think like, I think Mike Tyson is just below the elite. Great, great fighter, just below the elite. You guys can get mad at me. Larry Holmes, I know he beat Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes was way past his prime. Larry Holmes would have given both fighters in their prime, Larry Holmes would have given Mike Tyson fits. Fits. Ali would have given, again, could Tyson beat those guys? Yeah, because he hits hard. But Tyson, again, unlike Joe Frazier, in my opinion, Tyson didn't work on the inside. The only time you see Tyson work on the inside is when he overwhelmed the fighter. And again, hats off to him. Frazier fought a gazillion good fighters, and he worked on the inside. You couldn't tie him up. He was trying to get his hands free, throw his punches. Tyson, he'd let you tie him up, and he'd hold, and he'd kind of hit a bit. And again, when he got away from Kevin Rooney, his progression just continued to go downhill. And I'm not a big fan of Kevin Rooney's as a trainer. I'm not. I'm just saying his progression did go downhill. So, Mike Tyson. So, Mike Tyson has a 7, which is the best you can be for hitting power. His trait, not all boxers have traits, but his trait is a closer's trait. Great finisher. +1 to opponent's will rating. And if tired, +3. So again, that's the bully's mentality, in my opinion, where he can wear the guy down with punishment. So say if he was fighting Deontay Wilder, and Wilder was hurt and needed a will check to see if it's a TKO. Wilder, if he had full stamina, his will check is a 6. I would have made it a little lower, but he's never been stopped. Again, it's harder to rate current fighters. His will check is a 6. So it would be a 7 because Tyson adds one more, which means more of a chance of a stoppage. Rob Explanation Point says stamina would kill Tyson too. Yeah, he fought with a bully's mentality. Go back to the fights he lost. He turtled in all those fights. Once the guy wasn't going to go down, what's Mike Tyson's best win? Tell me, what's Mike Tyson's best win? Now, I think his best win is when he won the heavyweight title, when he beat Trevor Berbick. And then Michael Spinks. But I won money on that fight. That was easy money to me. I knew he was going to. Spinks was too small, didn't hit hard enough, and couldn't move. If you remember, Spinks had a knee brace that he'd been fighting with for a long time because he had hurt his knee. Great fighter, Michael Spinks. He beat Holmes legitimately the first time. Holmes beat him in the rematch. They didn't give him the decision. Then he knocked out Stefan Tankstead, the European champion, and then he beat Jerry Cooney, which was a good win. Michael Spinks beating Jerry Cooney, even though at that stage, was still a good win. As Bud W says, keep Tyson away from King and he wins more fights. Possibly. Yeah, I understand your point. Bruno in the first fight gave Tyson fits. I like Frank Bruno. And I don't dislike Mike Tyson. I don't like him as a human being. He did a lot of bad things. You don't knock out old women and take their stuff. Rocky Graziano grew up a street thug. He never mugged old freaking ladies. He just didn't. Again, Jake LaMotta, great fighter. Do I like him as a human being? No. You do certain things, you don't do other things. That's just my opinion. That's all. Ken Castro, never once did he walk through fire and win. He never came from behind to win. He never rose from the deck to win. From boxing writer Bill Kaplan on Tyson. Yeah, it's, again, very good fighter. I put Tyson just below the elite because he had the punching power and the hand speed. And he won. But he fought with a bully's mentality. Okay? And that's fine. I'm not saying that. But Ken Castro put what the writer said. That's exactly. He never came from behind to win. Joe Louis came from behind to win. Rocky Marciano, his nose was split. From here, look it up. His nose was split right here. Look up the picture against Ezra Charles in the second fight. He's on the verge of being TKO'd. And he knocked out Ezra Charles. He was on the verge of losing to Jersey Joe Wolcott in his championship shot. And he would never got another one, most likely. And he knocked him out. Okay? Muhammad Ali. There are times, again, I'm not the biggest Muhammad Ali fan. Great fighter. I'm more of a Joe Frazier. I met both of them at a boxing function. Joe Frazier, wonderful, wonderful person. Ali, I understand he was ill. I get that part. The people he had around him were a-holes. Were a-holes galore. A-holes, the people he had around him. So, fact. All right. Speaking of Ali, the GOAT, as some people say, I'm more of a Joe Frazier, Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano kind of guy myself. Ali, 10 stars. Power, 4. Chin, 1. Chin for knockout, 1. Will, 3. Cut, 4. Foul, 3. On the inside, he lands 45%. I say percentage, 0 through 45. On the outside, 0 through 61. Ali, tremendous hand and foot speed. Sebastian Stratz in the chat. How you doing, my friend? Hope all is well. Well, Jonathan Oliver, you forget Rocky Marciano, the shortest armed heavyweight champion. I agree. He's saying the small, very short. Hey, they took their disadvantage, Tyson, Marciano, and Frazier, and made it into their advantage. Because when they got on the inside, especially a Marciano or a Frazier who would work on the inside, the shorter they threw shorter punches, you know. So thank you for joining us, Jonathan Oliver. Hope all is well, my friend. Yeah, short, it's tough. Heavyweight in any division, if you're shorter, you got to fight a certain way. Now, that being said, Manny Pacquiao, a short fighter. Manny Pacquiao could go in and out. You know what I'm saying? Manny Pacquiao, in his heyday, he would bounce in, he'd bounce out. So he could fight from the outside. He'd have to get the proper distance, right? He'd get in his punching range, boom, 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 away. Sometimes you go boom, 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 and he'd stay on the inside and work. Manny Pacquiao, beautiful fighter. As Jonathan, it's Johan Oliver. I keep calling him Jonathan. I'm sorry, Johan. He says, yes, Rocky fought in a different time period, but even including him. Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. And check out Ali and Marciano on Rob Explanation Points, as he played a lot of Glory Days boxing. Bud W, I missed something. Pinkley Thomas was yes, you know what? You're right. That was a good win. Thomas was still a good fighter. That was a good win. That was a good win. I agree with you, Bud W. That was a good win. Okay. So I'm still trying to find Anthony Joshua, who I thought I put right behind Deontay Wilder. So again, now we got Jack Johnson. Here's Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua. Again, everyone has their opinions. That's fine. I have mine. You can agree, disagree. I don't mind if you disagree. Just be cordial. You know, it's boxing. You don't have to yell and scream. Well, you do a little bit, but not a lot. So this is Anthony Joshua, and I've had the bout between Wilder and Joshua. I gave people what the public really wanted, the boxing fans, which would be nice to see Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder fight. I'd like to see the rematch with Fury and Deontay Wilder, Fury and Anthony Joshua. Those are the fights I want to see. They're not happening, at least for now. I read that from Johan. Yeah. Anthony Joshua. So Anthony Joshua, again, it's tougher to rate current fighters because you don't have their whole body of work. So Anthony Joshua, his power is a 5. Deontay Wilder is a 6. So Wilder with a slight edge there, which I agree. Chin, both are 3s. Knockdown rating, both are 2s. Joshua's this is the only one. See, he made Deontay Wilder, he made a 6, and Anthony Joshua a 4. I got to ask Anthony, our friend Anthony, Bleacher Bums Gaming, why he did that. Is it because Joshua's an Englishman? And Will 4, cut foul. They're pretty much the same. I think Joshua lands a few more punches, which I agree with. And neither fighter, Wilder has the Iceman trait, so because of his punching power, which I agree. One-shot power, +1 to opponent's chin for knockout rating. So against Wilder has that. I'm sorry. Anthony Joshua's chin is a 2, but against Wilder, it'd be a 3 because he has the Iceman trait. So that's pretty cool. Jack Johnson, 10 stars. His trait is Old Master. -1 from opponent's punches landed on any toe-to-toe exchanges. So if 3 punches were landed during a toe-to-toe exchange after all the defense checks, it would be 2 because he always blocks 1 on toe-to-toe exchanges. Jack Dempsey's trait, Closer, great finisher, +1 to opponent's will rating, +2 if tired. So again, that goes for the TKO. So if we're using Jack Johnson as an example, Jack Johnson's will check is a 5, but against Jack Dempsey, because he has the great finisher, the closer trait, it would be a 6 because you add 1. So not all fighters have these traits. Most of them do. Middleweights are coming up next, Rob. You are correct. So those are some. Are there any fighters you want me to read off to you and show? Before we move on to, hey, hello, Dave Little. Check out that great channel, Dave Little. He's got a boxing, basketball games every Friday on Dave Little's channel, the 70s. Awesome stuff. So are there any cards that you would like to take a look at? And there's people in the chat like Lazy Warlock and Rob Explanation Point who have played the game, and they're enjoying it. Lazy Warlock had Holyfield and Foreman in a war, which Foreman rose from 2 knockdowns to stop Holyfield. And that's Foreman in his prime. Foreman Holyfield was awesome when they fought. 8 rounds, that fight was even. Then Foreman got a little tired going to the final 4 rounds in that 12-round championship fight for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. And there are times where Foreman hit Holyfield so hard with the jab, he actually knocked his head too far back with the jab. So when he threw his right hand, what saved Holyfield was Foreman's own jab. He hit him so hard that his head went too far back, and the 1-2 where he came with the cross, a nice Foreman threw a quick 1-2 even at that advanced age. It would just, his head would be, and it would just miss him. That was a heck of a fight. Freddie Steele versus Carlos Monzon. That's coming in the middleweights, my friends. Are there any heavyweight cards you'd like to look at that I possibly could? Again, 100 fighters. No, I disagree, Rob. Foreman would have a tough time beating Ali in this game, in any game, because if Foreman doesn't get him early, Ali didn't get knocked out. Ali could have got knocked out. Henry Cooper knocked the bejesus out of him with that left hook. Had it not come at the end of the round, Cooper's going to knock his ass out. Look up the first fight. He would have knocked him out. And also, if they didn't pull the old, his gloves rip trick in the corner, to buy him a little more time. Look up Henry Cooper, Muhammad Ali. As the English call him, I can't do justice because I can't do it. Henry. He nailed him with that left hook. Put him on his ass. He was out of it. Didn't know where the hell he was. He lucked out. The bell rang right then. So, Charles. Bud W wants to see Ezzard Charles. And he says, Foreman had a great jab. Yes. Yes. Ezzard Charles. I will find that. Was it in here? Buster. Here it is. I knew I saw it right away. Buster Douglas. And here's Ezzard Charles. All right, Ezzard Charles, the Cobra, Cincinnati Cobra, a greater light heavyweight than heavyweight, and he had fought someone who passed away in the ring, died in the match, and he never was the same after that. I read a thing like some biographies and stuff. He never really opened up on a fighter. He was afraid to hurt them. Great fighter, Ezzard Charles. Counterpoint is his trait, which means you add 1 off every counter punch. So 1 through 7, he lands a counter punch, 2 punches, turns into 3. Ezzard Charles has 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So he's just a tier below an Ali, a Marciano, Dempsey, Tunney, just 1 control star below. Ezzard Charles. And I don't know the proper distance where you can see these. I'm doing this. You're making people seasick, Al, you are. Okay. So I don't know if that's the good distance, but I'll read you the card. I watched that fight, Rob, on CBS, Ray Boom Boom Mancini, in the 13th round. Yep. I do remember that. All right, so Ezzard Charles, his power is a 3. If he hurts a fighter, it goes to a 4. His chin is a 3 and a 6. So a 6 and under, he could possibly be hurt, and a 3 and under, it's a knockdown. His chin for a KO is a 2. Will is a 5. That goes to TKO check. Cut is an 8, and foul is a 5. Ezzard Charles on the inside, the Cincinnati Cobra, lands 0 through 48. The lower numbers, you land more punches. On the outside, 0 through 55. So he lands a lot of punches. His defense is always taking away. He's always blocking punches. If he gets a roll 1 through 4, he blocks 1 punch. If he gets a roll of a 5, he blocks 2 punches. His counter, 1 through 7, as I already explained, it would be 3 punches landed because of his counterpoint trait. Arguello didn't kill Ray Boom Boom Mancini, Oliver, because Ray Boom Boom Mancini fought hard in that fight. That's why that. And Arguello, watch the fight. He put a lot of hurt on Ray Boom Boom Mancini. And also, Mancini tagged him midway through the fight and wobbled him against the ropes. Lennox Lewis, that's a good one. I mean, Mancini was a good lightweight. Arguello was an all-time great boxer from featherweight up. So, Lennox Lewis, we will show you that one. I don't think any fighter goes into the ring saying, I'm not going to hurt someone. It's a hurt sport. If you're in boxing and you decide I'm not going to hurt someone, get out of that. You're going to get hurt. Now, that being said, like Ezra Charles, Ray Boom Boom Mancini also said after the Dooku Kim fight, where Dooku Kim passed away, God rest his soul, it wasn't always the same. And I remember after that fight, he fought in England, 10-round decision against or he fought in English. I think it was in England where he fought. He was definitely an English lightweight. And then he fought Bobby Chacon and he TKO'd him in 3. Okay, Lennox Lewis. Oh, Henry Cooper. I love Henry Cooper. Henry Cooper. Still don't do justice the way they said. So Tom. Henry Cooper. You want to talk about getting screwed. In his last fight against Joe Bugner for the British Commonwealth title, he beat Joe Bugner. You can watch that fight on YouTube. It was close, but he beat him. Oliver says Boom Boom versus Gotti. Yeah, that's a good matchup. Gotti, I think, was a little quicker and hit a little harder. And Gotti took tremendous punishment. So did Mancini. That's a heck of a matchup. That's a good matchup, Oliver. Louis Firpo, Frankie Child. Oh, you know what? Jerry Quarry. We're looking for Lennox Lewis, and I just realized I have another. Allergies are killing me. Allergies. Peter Jackson, Brian Jennings, Joe Bugner, who Henry Cooper really beat in his final fight of his career. All right, let's see. Jerry Cooney, Chris Areola, Alexander Pavenkin, Chuck Wepner, the Bayonne Bleeder, Jimmy Young, Buddy Bear, Andrew Galata. It's going to be in this other set. It's going to be Ernie Shavers, Dwayne Bobick. Always fascinated by Dwayne Bobick. Taylor Philo Stevenson. Love that card. Foreman, Bruno. Yep, it's in the. Oh, here's Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis. God, I love these cards. They're so sturdy. Thick stock, as Lazy Warlock would say. The thick stock. All right, Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 9 stars. So just below the elite of the elites. He's elite. And Lennox Lewis. Again, I don't know. I mean, is it better if I do this? No, that looks blurry. I don't know. Anyway. Lennox Lewis. Power 6. Again, 7 being the best. Chin 2. Knockout 4 for the chin. Will 3. Cut 4. Foul 6. Stamina 70 in a 10-round bout. 90 in a 12-round bout. On the inside, he used to love to hold the head and throw the uppercut. Who was that? Michael Grant. Oh my God. He held him like this and boom, he hit him with the uppercut and like, yeah, your lights are out, my friend. It's illegal, but if you can get away with it, I suggest doing it. Griffin, Emil Griffin, you are right. After the Benny Kid Perrette fight, he did. And Griffin was never a big puncher. He killed Benny. Well, he didn't kill. Benny Kid Perrette died in the bout with Emil Griffith. A lot of bad blood between those fighters. I mean, Benny Kid Paret called Emil Griffith all kinds of slur names about his sexuality, let's just say. And Emil Griffith just sat there and says, well, he's going to pay for that. He sure did. Ref was horribly slow. You know, that you can watch that fight. If not the fight, you can find the film footage on YouTube, the TV footage of Paret. I want to say he's trapped on the ropes, hanging there, and Griffith's just pounding away. His head's going all over the place. Again, what was the ref thinking? Whether it would have helped him or not, I don't know. Jerry Cooney, Kenny Norton at the Garden when Jerry Cooney played Pinata with Kenny Norton's head. Ray Mercer against Tommy Morrison when Ray Mercer played Pinata with Tommy Morrison's head. You know, those are the three that stick out to me. And there's others, but those ones jump out at me at the heavyweight ranks. What are you waiting for? How many more punches? How many more punches do you want the guy to take? As Howard Cosell quit boxing, thank God, after the Randall Tex Cobb Larry Holmes fight, Cobb was never really hurt in that fight. He took a shitload of punches, but he was never hurt. He was never on the verge of being knocked out. He just ate a shitload of punches. Could his corner have stopped the fight? Yeah. I watched that fight. That was on free TV, ABC, because it was Howard Cosell's call. So, they made such a big. I'm never gonna watch good Howard. Shut the hell up and go retire, you jackass. You didn't care when Benny Kid Paret got killed. Or Howard was Mr. Bombastic Howard Cosell. Best line. He was interviewing Carmen Basilio. And I think it was the first fight Basilio fought Sugar Ray Robinson twice. He beat Robinson the first time, 15-round decision, and then lost a 15-round decision. And I want to say the interview was before the first fight. Before the fight, in fact. After the weigh-in, I think. And he says, Carmen, 9 out of 10 sports writers say you're going to lose this fight. What do you say, Carmen? What do you say to that? Carmen Basilio looks at him and goes, Howard, 9 out of 10 are wrong. I'll see you in the ring. He walked right away from him. It's beautiful. Howard Cosell. He was fun to listen to. He could be an a-hole, though. All right, Lennox Lewis. Back to Lennox Lewis. Defense, 1 through 4. He blocks a punch. A 5, only a 5. His opponent will add an additional punch. Lennox Lewis's trait is a front runner trait. I agree. If more stars, which he's going to have more stars than a lot of these fighters because he has 9. Most fighters have 8 and under. Only the elite of the elites have 10. Then opponent -1 from chin knockdown. So Ezzard Charles, that's not a good one. He has 9. Joe Bugner. So Lennox Lewis, both Englishmen, even though Bugner was Hungarian birth, and then would move to Australia and take Australian citizenship. So Lewis is 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Joe Bugner, 2, 4, 6. So Lewis's trait of being a front runner would go into effect, and Bugner, who's knockout, if he was rolling for a knockout, it's a 3 and under, would then become -1 from chin. How does that work? Then opponent, -1 from chin knock. Oh, against him. All right. So I'm sorry. So I did it in reverse by accident. Again, so it's minus off of his chin. So Lewis would get knocked down normally at a 2 or under. It would be a 1 because he has more control stars than Joe Bugner. That's how that works. Again, so Lennox Lewis, 9 control stars, 6 power, 2 for the chin for the knockdown, 4 to get hurt or under, and 2 and 1 is a knockdown. His KO, if after being knocked down you roll a 4, he's done. You roll a 5, he gets up. Will check is a 3, cut is a 4, foul is a 6. Again, he lands 47% basically on the inside, 0 through 47. Lower the rolls, the higher the punch total. And on the outside, 0 through 52. Defense, 1 through 4, 1 punch is blocked. A 5, 1 punch is added. Countering, he counters 1 through 6. He lands 2 punches on a counter. So that's Lennox Lewis. Ali grabbing, oh yeah, grabbing Cosell's hairpiece. That was funny. All righty. You're right. I'm not making fun of Bugner. Bugner was a damn good fighter. But Bud W hits it on the head. He lacked the fire sometimes. Had Bugner fought as many fights as he could, like he fought Joe Frazier, he would have won some big fights. He gave Joe Frazier hell in England for 12 rounds. Check that fight out on YouTube. Very good action fight. Bugner, who fought pretty well the first time he fought Ali in Las Vegas, then goes to fight him in Kuala Lumpur or whatever in Malaysia. I didn't pronounce it right, but it was in Malaysia. And he just didn't throw punches. I'm like, I don't get you, Joe. I remember watching that as a kid going, I don't get it. I don't get why you didn't throw punches. After Ali fought him the first time, he said, that's one of the toughest fighters I've ever fought. And then the second fight, it's like Bugner just didn't throw punches. I don't get it. So that Bud W is right. Bugner could box. He just didn't have the fire. Now, Henry Cooper, Henry, as they called him, his trait is not a good one. He is a bleeder. Let's see who's a worse bleeder, him or Chuck Wepner, the Bayonne bleeder. Where is the Bayonne bleeder? I saw the Bayonne bleeder. Chuck Wepner. Now, you wouldn't want to meet Chuck Wepner in a dark alley because you could pick any of these fighters and Chuck Wepner would probably hold his own in a dark alley, if not beat them. That's a different type of fighting that Chuck Wepner was very proficient at. As he was a collector. You owed money, Mr. Chuck Wepner was going to come see you at some point, possibly. That was one of the rumors. Thus, that's why, Rocky's based on the Chuck Wepner fight with Muhammad Ali. Rocky, the first Rocky. And Rocky was a collector. And Chuck Wepner supposedly was a collector. Chuck Wepner. Does anyone remember Chuck Wepner and Andre the Giant? Do you remember that? You can find that footage on YouTube. Check it out. So we'll find Chuck Wepner. All right, let's just go through Henry Cooper. And again, he has a bleeder trait, which means cuts easily, +2 to range on cuts for stoppage checks. So more prone to being stopped on cuts. As Bud W says, yes, he remembers. Scott Ledoux, good fighter. I didn't see a Scott Ledoux card. I think that might be in the second tier of heavyweight. Scott Ledoux was a tough fighter. My brother-in-law, Scott Ledoux, worked at ESPN. God rest his soul. He passed away. I'm pretty sure he had Lou Gehrig's disease, and he passed away. I hope I'm not doing it. I know he was I'm pretty sure he passed away, Scott Ledoux. And he was working at ESPN. My brother-in-law works at ESPN. And he was in studio boxing commentary. And really nice guy. And Scott Ledoux was a tough fighter. They screwed him out of the Kenny Norton fight. He beat Kenny Norton. Even as a kid, I thought he beat Kenny Norton when I watched that. And they screwed him out of the decision. That's boxing, though. Kenny Norton, the bigger name. He beat Kenny Norton. He beat him. Again, Kenny Norton's a little past his prime when he's fighting him. Kenny Norton went on. They put Kenny Norton in with every Caucasian heavyweight they could because it's true. But he beat Kenny Norton, in my opinion. Again, Kenny Norton Kenny Norton had his issues with big punchers. Ledoux was a decent puncher. Ledoux lost to Foreman, lost to Holmes, lost to Bobbick, lost to... He beat Mike Weaver. I want to say he beat Mike Weaver before Weaver was champ. Good night, Uncle Jerry. Mike Weaver got thrown into a lot of fights early. That's why he has a lot of losses. They just threw him into fights. Archie Moore is not in this set. I did not see Archie Moore when I flipped through. I think he'll be in both. He'll be in the heavyweight supplement. That's something you can ask Anthony, or you can leave go to one of Anthony's videos and leave the question. But he'll definitely be ranked. He'll definitely be carded at light heavy, and most likely at heavy in the supplement. Archie Moore, all-time great fighter. I met him at a boxing function, the Rocky Marciano scholarships, where they're raising money. Wicked nice guy, Archie Moore. God rest. Oh, Archie Moore, the only man. Let me make sure I did. He's the only man to fight Rocky Marciano and Muhammad Ali. Yeah, he fought Muhammad Ali in the early '60s. So, yep, Scott Ledoux did go AWA after. Yep, yeah, he was a very nice guy. Because I asked my brother-in-law, "Go, hey, have you ever talked to Scott Ledoux?" He said, "Yeah, great guy." I was again. I didn't know him, but I kind of, you ask the questions with my brother-in-law. He goes, "Yeah, great guy to work with, and this and that." And you feel bad. I felt bad when Joe Frazier passed away. I met him, really nice guy. When you meet someone that you're happy to meet, and they turn out to be nice to you, and then they pass away. It's you have that little interaction with them, and they were nice to you. Like Rowdy Piper. I know this is wrestling. I met Rowdy Piper when I was a kid after a wrestling match. Rowdy Piper, I've said this before on Chat with Alex. Rowdy Piper, Paul Orndorff, Cowboy Bob Orton, and yes, I never remember the fourth guy in that thing. Okay. And they were the nicest guys. For the couple of minutes, anywhere 2 to 5 minutes they spent talking to us, when the quote unquote good guys walked right by us, again, it's shtick. I never rooted for the good guys again. I was all in for Rowdy Piper, Paul Orndorff, and Bob Orton, and all those guys. They spent time. We're 12 years old. They shook our hands, pat us on the back. How'd you like the matches? That means something. I know wrestling's fake, but it was nice they took out the little time to make someone happy. Those other guys didn't want to take any time. They walked right the hell by. So, all right. So that's that. That's Glory Days Boxing. Great game. I highly recommend it. A lot of people have it. So now we will go. Oh, what time is it? 10:51. What does the chat want to talk about? What sports sims games have you guys been playing? Again, Dave Little has his Friday Night Basketball. Please check that out. And I'm going to put in Glory Days Boxing on the sidelinestrategy.com. If you want to take a look at it. Oh, nuts. I did something wrong. Do that again. Go to shop. And this is again, if you want to take a look and possibly purchase Glory Days Boxing, copy. We'll put the link once again in the chat. Paste. Hope everyone's enjoying themselves tonight. We had some funny lines in the chat. And this is to Anthony, Bleacher Bums Gaming Channel. If you have questions, like is Archie Moore going to be carded, or any other questions, just go to one of his videos. Again, if it's a Glory Days Boxing question, I would suggest put it on a Glory Days Boxing video, but it doesn't have to be. Copy. And this is our good friend Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming. Wonderful gent. A damn fine bloke, that's for sure. So, I love the game. We will be featuring some more bouts. The next bout for Glory Days, I'm going to be getting back to my heavyweight tournament using Title Bout Championship Boxing on the PC. But we're going to do something with this too. We're going to continue. Very fun game. The cards are amazing. Again, the joke was thick card stock, but look, you know what I'm saying? Listen to the beautiful. So you get 100 fighter cards. Lightweights are coming out next, then middleweights, and there'll be a supplemental heavyweights. And I believe this is all by the end of the year, this year, I think. And again, if you have more questions like that, you can go ask Anthony. Hello, Joester's Coins and I'm sorry, Joester's Cards and Coins. Check out that wonderful card collecting channel. So, just to recap, 100 fighter cards, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, gameplay is excellent. My opinion, I think people who've played it will agree with me. Rob explanation point, Lazy Warlock. I think Bud, did Bud get yours already? Did I read that? All right, so cards. Dice. Yes. Game chart, board, however you want to call it. And this is too sturdy. See, same card stock, that thick card stock, you know. Then you got the referees and the judges, same thing. Okay. And then, best of all, 8 pages of rules and how to play the game. Not hard at all. You can jump right into it. You know, play the game. Don't worry if you make a mistake. Enjoy the game. You play it, that's how you learn. I still make mistakes. And I have homebrew rules. You can have homebrew rules. Once you buy a game, it's yours. You can do what you want. If you like the game exactly the way it is, play the game exactly the way it is. If you want to jump in a homebrew rule, jump in a homebrew rule. Boy, I can't say that 10 times fast. Roger Ward, how you doing? Hope all is well. We just had our unboxing and a little chat on Glory Days Boxing. Hope I did it justice. Great game. I love it. I have the PDF. Again, the PDF. Oh, I forgot to do that. So if you want the boxed, this type of game, it's $24 plus you have to add the shipping and handling to, you know, your zone where they send it. So it's going to be higher than $24. The PDF, the downloadable version, which you get exactly everything except the dice. You don't get this. Obviously, you can't download dice. You could download a picture of a dice, I guess. You get all the fighters. You get everything besides the dice and the chips for $8. And you have to cut out your own cards. So I've played it with just regular paper, meaning I've printed them on regular paper, cut them out. I've enjoyed it. But I do love this. I am so excited. I'm going to play about a little later. I'll see if anyone's YouTubing. I'll listen to that. Or I'll find something I haven't watched yet. All right, we open it up to the chat now. Again, we have Bud W, Roger Ward, Joester's Cards and Coins, Dave Little, Johan Oliver, which I kept calling him Jonathan. I apologize. I believe it's Johan. Why would I say John? ID Gesture, Rob Explanation Point, Sports Time Machine, Sebastian Strat, Danny N. Gray's Cards and Toys, Thrice Aroni, a card collecting treat, RF, Lazy Warlock, Arnold Hunter, and again, Arnold was hoping that Larry Holmes would be in the second tier of cards. The original Grognard, Phantomatic, Max Cornelius. All right, I think we got everyone. All right, so now we open it up to the chat. How's everything going? Joester's Cards and Coins says, love your headset. Well, thank you. I like it too. It is a, what is it called? A beach turtle or whatever the hell it's called. Unfortunately, my ugly mug is in the headset, so you got to look at that. But I really do like this. I recommend it. If you're a boxing fan, even if you're a casual boxing fan and you're not sure, I recommend getting the PDF. It's $8. I think you'll enjoy it. It's a quick learn. It's a quick read. It's a lot of fun. And again, I was so happy. I saw Rob playing his at work. I was at work and I was listening, and I had to do something where I couldn't listen anymore. And I actually called home because we take care of my dad. He's ill. And my sister, when I go to work, my sister comes here. And I said, hey, did anything come in the mail today? And she goes, yeah, you got a box. I went, yes, my game's here. And as soon as I came home, I was like, oh man, I got to open these up. It's just, I love the cards. And now I can't, when he has his baseball game, think about it. If you don't even like boxing, his baseball game, when it comes out, the cards are going to be like this. It's incredible. Everything comes off the cards with a few charts going to be right there. Again, I got back into card and dice. It's a lot of fun. I still play my PC stuff. That's a lot of fun too. You enjoy whatever games you like to play, whether sim sports or shooters or whatever. Enjoy it. Life's too short. But the thing with some of the card and dice baseball games, too many freaking charts. That's why Strat's kind of neat. Again, I have my issues with the company. But the game, I like playing the game. W. Vogs in Cincinnati, except he's not in Cincinnati. Check out that great card collecting channel with Will. As he says, just wanted to say hi. Well, thank you. He's at the Charlotte's Knight game. He just got back from working the Charlotte's Knights game. And that is the minor league baseball, correct? As Joester's Cards is saying hello to Will Vogs. Again, wonderful members of our community. And they have their card collectors, and they're awesome. W. Vogs, Joester's Cards and Coins, Thrice-A-Roni. And I have to go up because I always mess up the full name. Danny N. Gray's Cards and Toys, another one. Great stuff. So, Bud W. says, been debating either APA or Strat, the PC version, leaning to Strat because of career historical rosters they offer. That Sid sounds like the customer support is weak. Oh, customer support sucks. I have the historical file from 2016 and before. It's a lot of fun. I made my Italian-American Red Sox. You can make all kinds of teams. What I like about Strat PC is I can roll my own dice. So if I don't want to play the card and dice, I can play card and dice using the PC. As I look for my dice, but they're way over there for Strat. Yeah, I would. APA, I'm not impressed with the PC game. It's a sim. Ernie Harwell, okay, that's nice. You just kind of watch it. Now, someone might say that with Out of the Ballpark, but there's a lot of animation. You can do a lot of things. If I was going for a card, if I was going for a PC baseball game that's card and dice, I like Strat. I like Digital Diamond Baseball. I like Replay Baseball. I don't understand it. I keep wanting to buy it. And I think I got to talk to ID Jester because he did Strat. He did a wonderful instructional video. I had to leave because I had to help my dad on Replay Baseball, card and dice. And I Am Sporticus did a Replay Baseball. And I've seen it on other people's channels. It looks really cool. I downloaded the demo. See, again, that's really cool. You can download the demo and play a third of a season over and over again. Roger Ward asks, anybody played Dead Ball with Dice Tabletop Baseball game? No, I've played Dice Baseball, Payoff Pitch, Strat, Digital Diamond Baseball, which is basically Dice Baseball on the PC. Oh, GGO. W. Vogs. The crazy dice name I've named it is GGO. And he's going to have his own little half-hour show coming up soon where you ask GGO. Well, actually, people will write in. It's going to be like Ask GGO. What the hell was that in the paper? Ken, in the paper. What was that? Ask, remember there was a column and you asked the woman for advice? What the hell was that called, Ken Castro, sports writer extraordinaire from the great state of Rhode Island? What the hell was that called? I used to love reading that as a kid. As Ken says, yes, I've played it since it came out. Ann Landers. Thank you, Ken. So it's going to be a mixture of Ann Landers and Ask Dr. Ruth. It's comedy. It's a parody. That's what it's going to be. So I mean, I guess if someone has a real question for GGO, we're actually gonna. You'll see. We'll see how it goes. Should be fun. Dear Abby, yes, that's another yes. So Amish Elvis, you're correct. It's gonna be like this parody spoof, and it's basically you're gonna see the white die. You're not gonna see me. He's gonna be on a thimble or something, and we're gonna have the monkey, the HR monkey, as we call it, and that doesn't mean anybody. We have this joke about an HR monkey. Uh, so and you're gonna ask questions, you know, or their questions will already be asked, and we'll just go through it. Little half hour, little comedy parody as they're it's unbelievable sometimes with the folks that you get out here. Ken Castro, Roger, it's well-made game engine. All right, tell us a little bit more, Roger and Ken, in regards to that baseball game. Dead ball with dice, tabletop baseball. Bud W asked, what about football for PC favorite? Oh, Action PC football. Absolutely outstanding. Highly recommend it. Oh, wow. Awesome. That is awesome. Another Illuminary in the chat. We got all the kook bags coming out tonight. A sad life they lead. Yeah, Bud W, I recommend Action PC football. Second and 10 is very good. I like that one too. But Action PC football is my favorite. I enjoy second and 10. I have Stratomatic. That's fun. Football Mogul has some good points. More of the draft. That's a lot of fun for Football Mogul. But I like Action PC football. I've done a lot of that on my channel. You can check it out. I recommend it. Dave Koch games are excellent for the PC. You have Action PC football, Action PC baseball, Action PC basketball, Action PC hockey, Action PC golf. All very fun. Football, to me, the chalkboard animation's outstanding. And they've upgraded the sim engine for the AI, which was always tough. It's even better now. I have a ton of seasons. I have more seasons than I can ever play. I have the historical file, but you can make teams. The last game I played for Action PC football, the Michigan Wolverines alumni led by Tom Brady against the Ohio State alumni. Again, it was professional numbers. So I took the best professional players from those colleges. I used Football Reference to make my teams, and then I used the file to draft it. It was a lot of fun. So back to dead ball baseball tabletop. I probably did that wrong. Ken Castro said, dead ball by W.M. Akers. Play any season or league. Ballpark is coming out with a PC version. Cool. Based on its card and dice game. Another fun ASG Games, which is like a sister company to Second and 10 and all that stuff. But the tennis game's outstanding. The soccer game's outstanding. And if you want to know more about the golf game, check out Ron Juckett. But you can download, even if you don't want to buy those games on ASG, you can download free demos which never run out, meaning you can play them and play them and play them. So and that's a great thing. I like companies that let you do a free demo because then you know if you like it or not. Now, once you purchase it, it says you've had the demo to play. You can't say, no, I don't like it now. But yeah, the soccer game, classic soccer is a lot of fun. And time travel tennis is outstanding. And it plays like a board game, a card and dice board game with animation. A lot of fun. Highly recommend those games. ASG Games, a lot of fun. And they do fall classic baseball card and dice. I downloaded a demo. I've yet to play it. I've had it for a while now too, so I'd like to play that. And if you want to get the PDF, you pay $5 more and you get an Excel helper. And I keep looking at that, but I'm like, I got so many games I play. Roger Ward says it's based on, okay, back to ballpark, I think he's talking about. It's based on players' average, OBP, ERA, and several others. Also, there are extra traits. You can create your own teams, leagues. It also comes with fictional leagues and final 9-game pennant race. Excuse me. Anyone play Strat 365? No, I have not. He says, I'm 24 and 51. Cannot seem to get going. And Sandy Koufax is 0 for 6. Mays was under 200. Gibson 6 and 9. Well, there's an issue with that then. Unless you have the rest of your team stinks. Sandy Koufax, even on a poor team, what's his ERA? What's Sandy's ERA at 0 and 6? Ken Castro, ballpark is probably the best baseball game that no one on here, including me, has ever played. I don't even know ballpark. If I type in ballpark, will a link come up? Will I find it? Let's try it. Let's take a look at that. Ballpark. Oh, wait, ballpark. I think it's just ballpark. Ballpark baseball? Ballpark tabletop baseball. Try that. Tabletop. Ballpark classic tabletop baseball game. All right, let's see what it says here. Oh my God. I don't think this is the right game. You actually hit the little ball? Oh no, let's take a look at this. All right, this is what I don't know if this is what you guys are talking about. Probably not. It's cool looking though. I don't think this is the right thing though. As we have the one, the only, here's Anthony, Bleacher Bums Gaming. We did an unboxing of Anthony. You'll never guess we did an unboxing of. Guess. Can you guess? As Ken Castro says, no, not that one, Al. I know. I'm a squirrel. I was like, oh, cool. Look at this. Do you know this game, Anthony? Do you know this game? Anthony, do you know this game? Do you know it? Glory Days Boxing, my friend. Outstanding. Outstanding. Oh, yeah, it is in the title. I forgot. You know what I like? I would have bought it just for these dice. For these dice, these lovely dice. You know what? It has the new dice smell. It's awesome. Listen to it. Listen to it. Listen. Where else do you get a blue and red die like this? Like this. Nowhere else. Listen. That's awesome. The only thing, these are too big. I'm just kidding. But you had mentioned that too. I think I'm going to stick with my little peg things. I love the card stock, the thick card stock, as we all had a good joke about that. You don't want to put the thick card stock in your mouth, said Lazy Warlock. That was a funny line. Unless you like to, that's fine too. Now I have a question, Anthony. So let me find, now I got to find the card. Deontay Wilder, I have a question, my friend. Anthony Joshua. Again, it's tough to rate current fighters or tougher. You had discussed that on your channel. All right. So let's just get to this. Anthony's of English descent. We love Anthony. Now, Anthony Joshua is English. Deontay Wilder is from the United States of America. Deontay Wilder has a will check of 6. Anthony Joshua has a will check of 4. Was there any bias involved there, Anthony? Little levity. Little levity. So, great game, Anthony. It's a beautiful, it is so aesthetically pleasing to the eye. The cards, you know, you talked about how nice the cards were, but That's awesome. Freaking awesome. As Anthony says, absolutely not. I don't know, Anthony. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, my friend. Beautiful cards. The little, and again, you get the majority of your results, and everyone who's been here knows, off these cards. There's one small chart on the play sheet or the play board, however you want to call it, the board, the game board. And again, the game board is this same type of card stock. We've showed it. We'll show it to you again. And let's see if Uncle Al can get it out without hitting himself in the head with the box again. Which was, oh, nuts. There goes that. The rules have just jumped the dice. They're over in the corner at GGO. And oh, my Lord, I don't know. Oh, get back over here. They all want to go party with GGO, the white dice. So this is the board. Beautiful. Aesthetically pleasing. You have these really nice, I love these old pictures. Outstanding. Lots of fun. As my nose is going to start to run because of my allergies. That's going to be beautiful. I just sucked up snot. Ooh, tasty. So again, and then you have your referee and judge chart. And the rules, which I showed you, are over there with GGO in the corner and the HR monkey, partying hardy, with a white substance. And I don't recommend it, children. I don't recommend it. So we're going to have to get them under control. That's great. The rules are partying with GGO and the monkey. That's awesome. Okay. So, and then you get the dice. And the rules are 8 pages. And what I like about the rules, on the very last page, it gives you, I have to get it now because it's driving me nuts. I'll be right back. Hold on a second. I have to go this way. Walk with me, people. Walk with me. Walk with me. Al, Red Sox fan, is now out of the shop. Okay. Now we've got it, folks. Now we've got it. The rules. And again, you get the score sheet, which I'm holding upside down because I'm a professional. You get the score sheet. And these are free. You can download them for free. You can print up a gazillion at, wherever place of employment. I didn't say that. Don't print them at your place of employment. I'm just saying. Okay. And you got Glory Days Boxing, the rules, 8 pages. Did I count that wrong? 7 pages, including, I love this back page. It's just action flow chart. Just always a nice reminder. Now, will Al, Red Sox fan, butcher the rules still? Of course, I'm Al, Red Sox fan. I do that. I don't mean to do it on purpose, but I forget things. I'm old. And I got a couple of home-brewed rules that I play offline. I try to play the proper way when I play online. But I have a lot of cool stuff in my head to do with this game. Beautiful game, Anthony. Thank you very much for letting me beta test it. And I'm so happy I purchased this and the PDF. Once again, one last time, and then we'll go back to the chat for a little bit. If you want the card version, this, $24 plus $24, and you have to add shipping and handling, which is calculated for you. And it's on Sideline Strategy Games. We've put the link in the chat a few times. And the PDF, the downloadable version, which you get everything except the dice. I guess you can try to download dice. I don't know how good that's going to work. They're not going to roll well. That's all I'll tell you. $8. Anthony was very concerned about price point, and he's done a wonderful job. Now we have Anthony in the chat, so I'm going to ask Anthony some questions. Anthony, will the baseball, when Glory Days Baseball comes out, which we've seen, I've seen the demo of on your channel, and I put the link to your channel in the chat a few times. Is it going to be the same card stock? Because these are beautiful. And I'm so excited when that game comes out, when that one comes out eventually. That's question 1. Question 2, when it comes to Glory Days Baseball. Question 2. Will a person, and again, this is way down the line, as Anthony says, yes, he's using the same printer. Excellent. These are beautiful. These are the best. And again, I do a lot of stuff with downloads, PDFs. the only thing I can compare it to are my Stratomatic cards and my old Title Bout boxing stuff. Take care, Dave. Little, thank you for stopping by. Check out that great channel. And tomorrow he'll have an Action PC basketball game, NBA early 70s. My question, Anthony, for the baseball game, I know you can buy seasons eventually, but can you, as Anthony says, pay off pitch? Yeah, they have really nice cards. I only have the PDFs for those, though. But I've seen ID Gesture, I've seen you, and baseball demos, I believe, also. Will you have a greatest teams set? Could a person, say, purchase for the value of a season, So if you had, say, 5 seasons available to start with, could a person pick different teams from those seasons? Or is that something? I like those type of sets. That's just me. I'm just curious. I know it's early. I'm just saying. I want your game tomorrow. Get it done. I like, the one thing I can say about Strat is they put together the 80s and the 90s set, which I really like. Sports Time Machine still in the chat as we're losing people. That's fine. It's 11:20. I've been babbling for a long time. Oh, Anthony says, I will do a limited Hall of Fame set for inclusion with the game. That can change, though. That's cool. That's cool. So I'm very psyched for the baseball game, too. Because to sit there and play the game and only have to look at minimal charts is going to be outstanding. That's just awesome. And I know you talked about the quality of the card stock, but until you actually hold them in your hand, I'm sleeping with these tonight. I'm going to have some alcohol, and I'm going to sleep with these tonight. It's going to be a wild time. They're just fabulous. Oh, my God. They're awesome. So, all right. So that's Glory Days Boxing. Take care, Roger. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed on our special Thursday edition chat with Al. I'm only going to get a couple of HR letters early on in the chat, as Lazy Warlock had a funny line. So, Rob, explanation point still here. So we're going to go for a few more minutes. Rob, what are your thoughts on the game? Rob's played. Check out his channel. He's played quite a few Glory Days boxing matches. He just got the game today. I've played the beta, and I played actually my first real version of the game, Taylor Philo Stevenson and Dwayne Bobbitt. That was the PDF version. And odds are I'm going to play one after. I'm not going to record it, but I'm going to be playing as soon as I stop. Probably a quick 3-4 rounder or something, just to enjoy the cards and the game. Rob's leaving. Good night, Rob. Anyway, check out his channel. He's put up a lot of Glory Days boxing today. Check out Bleacher Bums Gaming. Anthony, who created the game, it's on his channel. So, Anthony, I hope you're very happy with the product you put out, because it's a wonderful, wonderful gameplay. And you know what? Let me tell you something. I like the box. It works. The box works. Glory Days Boxing. The box is sturdy. It holds the game. That's all you need a box for. You know what matters, people? What's in the box? What's in the box? And that's Glory Days Boxing. Glory Days Boxing. That's what matters. So probably, as I'm looking at it now, you can't see it, but we'll do it again. I'll make sure you see what's in the box. Let's try this one more time. Let's see if we can do it right this time. Glory Days Boxing. It's what's in the box. The game. So, beautiful. Price point excellent for both the printed copy and the PDF. Oh, Rob Silly says, I've played Title Bout 2 and played this game, prefer this game, have as it plays smoother. I agree. I agree. I've not played Title Bout 2, but I played a lot of Title Bout, the original game. Now, I highly recommend Title Bout for the PC. I highly recommend that if you're a PC type of person. $13, you can't go wrong. Hours of entertainment, in my opinion, if you're a boxing fan. And this is just as good. And the sim engine that Anthony's created for the game, I believe, is excellent. I've watched people's results. I don't see anything tremendously out of the ordinary. Things that were all plausible in this game. So I think the sim engine is excellent. As Anthony says, I thought about doing a fancy box, but it would have added. Absolutely. I'm so glad. I am so glad, Anthony, you chose the way to go, because people get, if it's what's in the box, it's what's in the game. It's not the packaging. Anthony has done everyone a favor. Think about this. Anthony has done everyone a favor by making a sensible decision of a box that works. That's all you need, a box that works. Lowered the price to an unbelievable value of $24 before shipping and handling. It goes up with shipping and handling. And then the PDF is $8. If you have the dice and you want to print it up yourself. But the price point was a big thing for Anthony. He's mentioned it, and it's just a fabulous game. Better trademark that, Al. I don't know what I said. What was the slogan? More crap comes out of my mouth that I wish I could remember and write it down, and I'd be a millionaire. I do comedy routines at work. If I could remember how to do them, we'd all be rich, my friends. So, is it what Rob said? Prefer. It's what's in the box. It's true. I like that. I like that. That's great, bud. It's what's in the box. Also, if you'd like to be a member of our Discord, Friends of the Community, leave a comment in the comment section, and if you want your email address, and I will send you a link. And we're also, thanks to Uncle Ron, we're starting a VFOC, a website. And we'll have a lot of interesting things on that. We'll have bio pages on Friends of the Community and other special things once we get that up and running. Ron's actually working on that. And Ron, hats off to Uncle Ron. If you've not subscribed to Retro Sports Network, what are you waiting for? Subscribe. Great channel. And all the rest of the great channels in our community, which are sports sims, card collecting, entertainment, and things like that. All right, Anthony, you watched the Game of Thrones. What are your thoughts so far, Anthony, on the Game of Thrones? We're going to end it with a little Game of Thrones talk, as we're almost to 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Rob says, I had 5 people ask about purchasing the game when I had the rematch ongoing earlier. Cool. Excellent. The more publicity for this game, the merrier. Everyone is going to love this game. And what happens when everyone loves this game, our good friend Anthony will push out more games like his Glory Days Baseball, which will probably be as much of a success as this is going to be. I will guarantee you, the baseball game will be even more successful. Amish Elvis, you get the game in 2 or 3 days, so the cost of postage is worth it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Bleacher Brums Gaming says, this is Anthony, you can add this, Al. I have gotten some feedback on Holmes and Liston not making the first edition. They will be in the next print release, but I will be releasing a free PDF of both in the next week. Did you hear that, people? Let me say that again. People were looking for Larry Holmes and Sonny Liston. I did say they would be out in the next set. heavyweight set a little farther down the line this year. Anthony, being the astute businessman that he is and being very customer friendly, unlike some companies, let me read this to you. He says, you can add this, Al. I have gotten some feedback on Holmes and Liston not making the first edition. They will be in the next print release, but I will also be releasing a free, how much is it? What? Gigio, how much is it? It's free. It's what? It's free. And how much is free? Nothing. You're right. So let's say this again. He will be in the next print release, Holmes and Liston, but I will also be releasing a free PDF of both in the next week. Bravo, Anthony. Outstanding. Because I want to say earlier in the chat, I don't remember who, he likes the game. I think it was Roger. Was it Roger? No, who was it? I don't remember. I'm sorry. But he was happy with the game, but he was disappointed no Larry Holmes. As Bud W says, Sonny had a killer jab. Yes, he did. Amish Elvis, great news, Bum. That will bring more people to the circle. Anthony from Bleacher Brothers Gaming. It seemed like that could have been triggered by maybe her second dragon. Oh, now a little Game of Thrones talk. Yeah, yeah, she's nuts. Yeah. Rob W says the Mad Queen and Rob die. You mean John? Yeah. She's crazy. I never liked Danny. I've never liked Danny. People would get mad at me. Oh, how can you not like Danny? I don't like her. Never did. I'm right. You're wrong. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that was a rough scene. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. She basically committed war crimes. I don't care if she did that to Cersei and everyone in the Red Keep. That's fine with me. But yeah, I've enjoyed this season. Some people don't like it. I've enjoyed this season. I think that I would have wished it was 10 episodes. But you know what? We get to know everything this coming Sunday if you're a Game of Thrones fan. I've enjoyed it. Bleacher Brothers Gaming, Anthony says, Bud W. When I was young, he was on TV, maybe Ed Sullivan. I never seen anyone who could jump rope. Oh, yeah. He used to skip rope to Night Train. It was absolutely outstanding. You can find that on YouTube. It was also on the HBO special. Outstanding. Outstanding, his skipping rope ability. As Anthony from Bleacher Brothers Gaming said, yes, sir, I wanted good fighters for the second release too, but this gives folks something in the meantime. Absolutely. Anthony, Tyrion is going to plot with Jon Snow. I agree. I agree. So, everyone, first of all, bravo to the chat. Thank you for coming out. We had a very successful chat. We still have 9 people. For me, that's awesome. We have 17 likes. I thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that. If you have not subscribed and you want to, please do so. Also, check out our other friends of the community, such as Bleacher Bums Gaming, Sports Time Machine, and the other people who were in the chat earlier. Most of them were content creators like Thrice Cerrone, Phantomatic, and many, many more. And because I have Rob exclamation point, I sometimes butcher names. I just suggest go back in the chat and look. You know, you had Danny N. Graves and cards and toys, Joester's cards and toys, and many, many more that were in the chat. Ken Castro, sports writer extraordinaire. Bud W., thank you very much. Amish Elvis, thank you. And everyone else, thank you, thank you, thank you. I thanked you on the way in. I want to thank you all on the way out. Bud W says Sansa will be queen. Interesting. Amish Elvis says, I don't know about the show, but I do know about the blonde with the dragon. Oh, she's a mega bad word. I've never liked her. Anthony will get the final word from the chat. He says, thanks, Al, and thank you to everyone for supporting the game. Wishing you many hours of enjoyment, and it is greatly appreciated. Bravo to Anthony. Thank you for a wonderful game. Thank you to the chat. Watch out for that big left hook. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Please, if you want to be part of our Discord, friends of the community, when this goes up, when it posts, leave a comment. If you want, please leave your email address, and I will send a Discord link to you. And we have people like Ron Juckett in there, Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming, Sports Time Machine, Dave Little, Dave Gardner, and many, many more. A lot of fun people. They're not just sports sims. We got Clinton Parks. We have LMR, big into Game of Thrones, Fandom D Saint. So we have a lot of different people. We have sports sims, card collecting, entertainment, movies, TV, the dog show. So ID gestures in there. It's a fun place to, chat. If you have a link you want to share, if you have a video you want to share, if you're streaming, and we can find out when you're streaming. We all love to support one another. So if you want to be part of our Discord group, leave an email. If you feel that you want to leave an email, if you don't want to leave your email, I get that. Just leave a message and we'll somehow get you a link. If you're on Twitter, I'm on Twitter, so you can leave your Twitter handle and I can send a direct message to you. And again, when you get the Discord, it's open for 24 hours, the invite, and then it goes away. If you miss it, we can send you another one. Also, we have coming for Friends of the Community as we continue to grow and just with more exposure. We're going to have a website, which we actually do have a website. It's called The FOC, and it's thefoc.club. And Ron Juckett's working on the page as we speak. And there's going to be a lot of cool stuff on that. We're hoping to expand into podcasts, not blogs. Basically, the same thing we do here as a podcast, and possibly more YouTube stuff like this, where we get some FOC members at certain time periods, and they'll do a show, and then the next FOC member will do a show, and so on and so forth. But that's down the line. It's something in our thought process, and we'd like you all to be part of it. Grow with us. You're going to be able to talk sports. You're going to be able to talk entertainment. No politics. We're not going to do any politics. Just fun stuff. You know what? You have a tough day. We all have tough days. We do what we got to do. We grind. We do what we have to do. We make it. We're winners. We're survivors. We continue to go forward. And then you have to have a place of levity. And that's what the FOC is about. Come talk to us about your sports sims. If you play video game shooters, whatever, card collecting, TV shows. Remember to check out all of our great FOC compatriots and channels. And if you don't know, just ask. It's anyone who's a content creator who comes to our chats, who subscribes to us. We want you to be there. And maybe down the road, you're going to do some streaming, and we want to be there to support you. Grow, join this community that's growing and that supports people. That's what we do. And we want you there. We want you there. We want a place where you can come. You don't need to call Sports Talk Radio. They don't listen anyway. Come to us. We all have a good time. So, again, sports, entertainment, movies, TV, what's blazing in sports for all your boxing needs. Come on, great channel. We have a lot of fun. So, if you want to be part of our Discord, please leave your email in the comments section once this video posts. Or if you're on Twitter, leave your Twitter handle. I'm on Twitter. I will send you a personal message with the Discord. You have 24 hours to join. If you miss it and you want another invite, of course, we'll give you another invite. So, and the only rule we have in our Discord, be polite, cordial, enjoy. And you'll see the one little rule we have on top. It's very easy to follow. And as long as you follow it, you're A-OK. Alrighty, health and happiness. Till next time, take care. Bye-bye. God bless. Thank you, Anthony. Check out Glory Days Boxing. One more time, into the breach we go with Glory Days Boxing. Here we go, folks. Here's the link on Sideline Strategy, which is a great company. They have payoff pitch softball, sumo wrestling, controlled chaos, demolition derby, all kinds of great stuff on that, as well as the greatest boxing game ever, Glory Days Boxing. And here's the link one more time, and everyone's going to be happy. Al's going to shut the hell up finally. I appreciate everyone. Thank you for taking the time to spend it with us. Greatly appreciate it. Health and happiness. Take care. Bye-bye. God bless. You know what's coming, folks. What's coming, GGO? What's coming, buddy? What's coming, GGO? What is coming? Peace. That's right. Peace. See you soon.